regular season finale. We've got a top 20 matchup in College Park. The 19th ranked Maryland Terrapins host number 12 Ohio State as they both hunt big wins to make their case to host in the NCAA tournament. The Big Ten tournament picture is taking shape as of today. USC won the Big Ten title last night. The Trojans' first conference championship in 31 years. UCLA has locked up 2. Ohio State and Maryland have secured their double byes as well.
Both teams understand the assignment of this game.
Look at our starting lineups powered by Ram trucks built to serve. Sailor Poffenbarger of the Terrapins missing her second straight game with a lower body injury. She is day-to-day. Ali Kubek is checking in there instead. Look at Cheyenne Sellers coming off a game in which she had 21 of her 25 points in the fourth quarter in their win against Indiana. Second meeting of the season between these two teams. The first in Columbus on January 23rd, a 74-66 Ohio State win. Maryland short-handed, didn't have Greene McDaniel. Cheyenne Sellers either did not play in that game. They are pumped to have a second chance. They go inside to Kubik on the first look.
Yeah, no question about it, and that's man-to-man defense from Ohio State, and that is something that Kevin McGuff said could not happen very often. The second chance opportunities from Maryland. He said transition offense that Maryland likes to push pace. We've got to tone that down, but we can't give them extra possessions and extra cracks at it, especially right there in front of the rim. Kubik paid it off.
Asia Petty also playing outstanding basketball, the best of her season at this point right now here in early March. They'll go inside 5 to shoot. It's Petty with the turnaround jumper, doesn't go.
We went late into that shot clock. Maryland defensively taking away those gaps that Ohio State likes to get into, especially at the elbows.
Cheyenne Sellers dials up and drains a 3 to start things off for her.
For her to come out and knock in her first triple of the game, big time stuff.
Big time stuff from the freshman Jelani Cambridge with a three-point play opportunity.
Kevin McGuff has said, she possesses so much speed.
Maryland already 3 offensive rebounds. They're second in the Big Ten in offensive rebound percentage. Here's Michael blocked inside. Was that McMahon getting a piece as Cambridge flies out of the picture and Sellers knocks in another.
You know, Ohio State, they love to blitz. They love to double team.
They can knock down the 3, which they have been doing of late.
Hunting more touches for herself. And she'll pass it first before she'll take shots for the team in the game against Ohio State previously this season.
You wish you could have her on the floor for that. She's second all-time program history. And living up to those expectations, someone making a case for herself as a Big Ten freshman of the year. That time that shot no good from theory. Yeah,
no question about it. Jelani Cambridge, 3-time winner at Montverde High School in a row. She has championship.
She's only about 75% healthy at this point in the season, but you would not know it by her numbers here. Looking inside, Kubek on a brilliant baseline out of bounds play.
Because of an ankle injury in this game yet again, but they're finding a way.
Oh, McMahon with the 3. Recently reaching 600 wins for her career at Maryland in her 23rd season. This is her 20th 20-win season. Remarkable. Kubek, no good there. One of the best rebounding guards is Cambridge, but it goes right to Smichael, and she'll be shooting to 1.
Gets out of bounds. Smichael gets tagged on the way up for the second chance.
Fortuitous landing of the basketball right into Smichael. She goes 2 for 2.
The personality of his team is just to play fast, and you do that with defense. You know that Kevin McGuff takes a lot of pride on that side of the floor.
Look at the length of Christina Dowsey being so disruptive here. 4 seconds to shoot for Madison Greene, the 6th-year player. It is Theory launching and canning a 3.
Under the screens, but she says she's taking pride in knocking in some 3s, although she missed that last one. Well, she shoots 37% from range as well. I mean, she has a multifaceted skill set, and those 3s are going in clean for Senior Shy right now. And she just passed Dina Tate, who held that record at number 4. To have Cheyenne Sellers not only be a staunch defender.
Cody McMahon for Ohio State, their leading scorer on the bench at about the 6-minute mark with 2 personal fouls. So it might be some time before we see her. Taylor Theory trying to make something happening. Just reached 1,200 points for her career. A player who is so cerebral. It's shown to her.
There are 2 people and then another 2. That second line of 2, they're throwing behind that, and now Ohio State's in a foot race. Another kept the ball nice and high on that finish in the paint. And Maryland, they want to attack that paint, whether it's on out of bounds under or in the quarter court.
Jelani Cambridge, the hesitation, loves that floater, doesn't quite have the touch right there. And Schmeichel now off to the races.
Smart for Schmeichel to pull that basketball back out and get reorganized down here. Giving it back to Te-Biasu.
This team with 10 new players, 7 transfers, playing with so much connectedness right now. Coach Frese so excited about the bench contributions, especially during a 14-0 run against the Hoosiers. And looking for more production here. It comes in the form of DeBerry with a little left-hand hook.
How about those soft hands of DeBerry?
Develop a double-digit lead. Sarah Te-Biasu, her shooting over the 6'6" freshman Elsa Lemila of Ohio State.
You get a touch inside, just turn and shoot that thing. And lift it over. That baby hook was the proper shot choice. Cheyenne Sellers trying to orchestrate.
Cambridge in there for the steal, and the foul is going to go on McLean. So free throws here. You know, her confidence is sky high right now, coming off a career-high 33 points.
Pinball style right in front of us. Hustling for those 50-50 opportunities.
DeBerry, same spot as she had multiple times against Indiana, knocks down the wrong 2.
Just like they did there.
Jelani Cambridge, and 1! But it's going to be waved off. It was offhand she was using against the player with multiple inches on her. An offensive foul officially.
On the primary touch, our second and third opportunities off the old glass.
The Buckeyes have not made a bucket in 5 minutes. Here is Theory underneath the defense, poked away.
Maybe a long pass and a pull-up.
Sellers has an arm. She's directing traffic, gets it right back. Will heave it up the court. And it was even too strong for her.
It's a 7-0 advantage for Ohio State. Or, I'm sorry, for Maryland. Ohio State has given up 7 second chance points off of the rebounds that have been 4 on the offensive end. It's a 13-7 advantage overall with the rebounds.
Ohio State this season being out-rebounded by Big Ten teams by 7 per game. Their Petty knocks it down. Mismatch in the post. Kubek is calling for it against Jelani Cambridge. Just that easy. And a high percentage look for Allie Kubek in the starting lineup for Sailor Poffenbarger, missing her 2nd straight game. Jelani Cambridge, a circus shot to the rim.
I mean, that's just simply amazing. Wise beyond her years is what Kevin McGuff says about Jelani Cambridge.
Ohio State now will pick it off. A risky pass there, trying to break this relentless press. McMahon picked up 2 personal fouls in the first 4 minutes. Will misfire there, but Petty, excellent start to this second quarter.
More intentionality, and you've seen extra passes.
Sarah Te-Biasu draining the 3.
And you saw that there in transition.
McMahon can't answer back, keeping it alive. Into the paint, she drains the mid-range. That is her bread and butter shot.
How about that? I mean, she's a 3-level scorer this season.
Looking for the step back, instead she'll go up and under, and it is blocked. Ohio State knows how to dial up the defense in the half court.
Yeah, she was the A-10 player of the year last year, and she said the biggest difference to play in the Big Ten is the size and speed. And right there, she ran into a buzzsaw with the length and ability to block shots that Ohio State possesses inside.
She said the guards are fast. Here's Taylor Theory earning a 3-point play.
She's very calculated with how she surgically dissects in terms of pace control on both sides of the court for Ohio State. We'll see how that impacts the team to close this first half.
7 to shoot for Cheyenne Sellers. Working through traffic. 3 on the clock. Will put it up. Yes! That touched nothing on its way down.
Solid momentum headed into Indy for the Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament.
Sellers, 2 seconds left, lets it fly, gets iron. Mir McLean sticking with it, gets it right back, fading away this time. And It's Ohio State basketball.
Well, Kevin McGuff was incensed right there. So many touches for Maryland.
In rhythm, Kennedy Cambridge off front iron. Let me love. He's going to keep it alive.
McGuff imploring his team to stay organized and get to where they need to be so they can attack.
First lead of the game. Elsa Lemila putting it on the floor.
She just needed one dribble, and then she can stretch those 6'6" legs out and get to the basket.
A steal by Greene, and then McLean delivers. And plenty more coming your way at the half with Allison and Kim. That three-point shooting, absolutely lights out for both of these teams. A combined 8 so far in this first half.
Yeah, and for as well as they've been draining those triples, they've been able to score the paint.
Chance Gray weaving.
They've been able to hold this lead.
Against Michigan State, all but one of Chance Gray's 8 attempts were from beyond the arc.
Offensively, against how Ohio State defends, they've got to move well out of those blitzes and double teams and hard hedges up top, especially on pick and roll reads.
The lob inside, Kubek had to readjust and finish on the opposite side.
Degree of difficulty on Madison right there for Kubek. In traffic, getting that reversal to go. That was close to being a travel.
Greene in trouble, but a foul is called. 5-team fouls on the Terps. Ohio State with 1. The Buckeyes largely doing this. They were down by 7. Lonnie Cambridge, their starting point guard, with 3 personal fouls.
Maryland doing a really good job of rotating on those dribble drives.
Sellers dialing it up from 3. She's got another.
Killer Theory trying to get that ball screen for Madison Greene. And now she's on the move to empty out. Let's see what Ohio State can come up with here. Lemila trying to get in the 2-man action with Greene now.
Long 3 for Gray. Too strong. And reeled in by Te-Biasu. Sellers shouting directions. 3 seconds left. Looking back door for Schmeichel. Throws it into the crowd.
The decision was proper. Execution, not so much.
The Buckeyes won't get a final shot off. We have a 1-point game at the half in this top 20 matchup. You see the efficiency on both sides.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, both teams right now want to set the table. It's going to be a race to the finish for sure. But you're looking at what Maryland was able to do in that first quarter alone. Scored 7 points off of offensive rebounds on second chance points. And then 6-0 advantage for Ohio State in that statistic in the second.
McMahon picked up 2 in the first 4 minutes of the game. She was limited in that first half. Theory.
Actually, I know Brenda Frese was back there, like put them in pick rolls and try to get them in rotation. So they have to make some tough choices defensively.
Cody McMahon will misfire from the mid-range. Running the floor is Schmeichel behind the defense for an easy lay.
And finish on the back end in the paint.
Asia Petty tries the blow by, instead will kick it out and earn the assist. Taylor Theory dialing up.
In terms of staying more aggressive that Kevin McGuff wanted to see from her in this game. And here's steal right there by Petty.
Schmeichel forces it up. Dulce there to clean it up, and she'll be shooting 2. Schmeichel in this one 2 for 9 from the floor.
That's just unfathomable. You just see the quizzical look on Kevin McGuff's face.
Maryland's so good at getting to the free throw line, 2nd in the country in attempts per game. And Ohio State's the recipient of that right now is McMahon. Can't knock that down from 3.
And just about 17 per game for Maryland.
Schmeichel goes to the rim and converts. A 3-point lead for Maryland. Ohio State picked up its first lead of the game late in the first half as McMahon forces it up and in.
Oh, tip-toe.
Despite choppy minutes, she is locked in for this 3rd quarter. Sellers double clutches, no whistle. She came down hard, and she is not up yet. She still has a sore knee, and she is in significant pain on the other side, still underneath the basket.
They have to, it's like she's in live.
And they're going to blow a whistle. And she looks very uncomfortable. Clearly came down hard as she gets up with some help. Shy Sellers had been playing so well.
Grit plays is what I like to call them. Those make a big difference at the end of the game.
Schmeichel gets through the defense affected by Petty. Back-to-back defensive stops, then a foul on Asia Petty. And
the Tootsie Pop. Ooh, a little after effects. Oh, that's a big swing there.
And there is officially going to be a technical on Christina Dalsey. And Petty was outstanding, trying to stand her ground. It's Ohio State, the first match at 10 points, 18 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds. It's great to see that the final day of the regular season, these seeds, some tension here, Christy.
Just want to make sure everybody's staying disciplined with it.
Threads it inside to Asia Petty, and she travels. In the NCAA tournament, being named a top 16 seed. Maryland just outside the picture. Ohio State, the last revealed, the number 16 seed. They cannot drop if they want to play at the shot where they're 15-0 this year. Sarah Te-Biasu.
And she needed to be more aggressive in this game, and she has been that for sure.
These teams exchanging blows. Here is Petty fading. That is blocked. Another opportunity for the Buckeyes. Greene will float it up, and she is fouled. Cheyenne Sellers has returned to the bench, and she's going to the scorer's table to check into this game. And that fierce competitor is coming back in.
I saw her take a nice deep breath.
Decisions, find what feels good. The best plays and shots for me. She's been magnificent since. And wants to be a force back on the floor. Again, here's Te-Biasu looking for back-to-back. And ripped down by Petty, who's controlling the glass here in the third.
I love how Te-Biasu got right down into the paint right there, carved her way inside, just couldn't get the bucket to fall. But now she knows if she can get next time.
Greene lets it fly. Petty battling for it with McLean. And a foul is called.
They were so young. They were freshmen and sophomores on that team. And Christy Tolliver out and got the job done. First title in Maryland women's basketball history.
Cheyenne Sellers back into the offense. Left the court, was carried off a couple of minutes ago here in the third quarter. Returned, looking for an assist to Dalsey, and gets it on the high percentage.
And what the leadership role means for her. And if she can't score it, she's going to get somebody else to play so they can score.
McMahon, beautiful, unstoppable fake.
I mean, she's such a pesky defender. She can get downhill for Ohio State. They need that. Dalsey coming into this game.
She's 2 points from a double-double. As McMahon loses the handle, it's Maryland basketball.
You can see Cheyenne Sellers trying to get some help off the screening action that they were trying to set up there.
Dalsey has a mismatch inside. Madison Greene.
With no help, they got to send it down there.
She's only about 5'8". They haven't found her in the post just yet. Here's Sellers working around a screen. Gets herself into congestion and draws the foul. Cheyenne Sellers has not missed a free throw in 7 games.
Sloan Martin.
She had made 22 strikes. She's back on track now.
Back on track.
If you didn't believe
put the crown back on you. Okay.
If you didn't believe in curses, jinxes, you should now. Crashing to the floor is Emily Fisher. That's going to go on McMahon. That is number 4. So the Buckeyes get the steal here. Kennedy Cambridge.
So you better be smart when you're trying to pass the ball in her area. She is great at anticipating when to attack the basketball for steals.
Chance Gray fouls Sellers.
Question after that is, when do you bring them back? They both have 4 fouls. So how long into the fourth quarter do you start them? You may have to sit for a little bit. Yeah, no question. I mean, she had 2 injuries to her knee. That's why she's in her 6th season.
Cambridge will misfire, ripped down by Dalsey. That's her 11th rebound.
Big time stops by Dalsey on the glass, and she's been a force on the interior offensively as well.
Blocked by Lamila on the drive by Kubek. That's the 4th foul on Dalsey. Each side has 2 players with 4 personals. That's Mir McLean off the bench, Christina Dalsey for Maryland. For the Buckeyes, those are significant players to have on the bench.
Not to do what those players do, but up the ante with what you bring to the table in your role. Pick it up.
Sarah Te-Biasu. They're looking for Kubek underneath. Maryland breaks the press explosively. Chance Gray launching and draining. Sarah Te-Biasu playing her best basketball of the season right now. Can't get the step against
home from range for the Buckeyes. Just 1 point down now.
Smile, so much power, but that time
your foot took an extra slide and step.
7 seconds left for Kennedy Cambridge, pushing it up the floor, leaving it for Taylor Theory, their top three-point threat, sets and can't finish. But what a third quarter. We head to the fourth.
You have to be disciplined, obviously, right now in the fourth quarter. Jelani Cambridge back on the floor with those 4 fouls. Cody McMahon, 3-4. I mean, it's going to be a challenge of what you're accountable to, right? And you're accountable to your team. You got to play smart.
Aisha Petty, what a move, couldn't get the roll. Jelani Cambridge keeping it alive. The floater, too strong that time. She's going to have to click in. She left the game early in the third quarter with her fourth. You're still down by 1.
Exactly. But then when you've been sitting, your legs are bouncing, you're up and down with your feet, trying to get a quick bucket.
Chance Gray feeding Jelani Cambridge. That's exactly.
It's going to be a battle of attrition right here. Like, who can take better care of the basketball and who can crash the glass.
Kayleen Smikle up and under the extension for the finish.
Basketball one-on-one footwork in the paint.
12 points for Smikle. Jelani Cambridge coughs it up. And Sellers is...
See what happens down here on the offensive end and see if Ohio State can get some more steal and score opportunities. They're in that 2-2-1 yet again.
Ohio State wasn't back in time. Smikle setting up Kubek.
Get the ball to the middle to soften that defense. And then send it to the opposite side and underneath. An attack on the weak side with an and one. That was perfectly executed offense by Maryland.
Coach Frese said a team like Indiana set a blueprint, and they've done it extremely well, handling this press as Petty works the glass and cleans it.
But Petty, if she gets activated in that way, that could be trouble for the Terps.
Kayleen Smikle stops on a dime. 4 Buckeyes with 4 personal fouls. 2 of them are on the floor. Here is Petty, surrounded in the paint. Cambridge with the floater. And an offensive foul.
Just trying her best to create some offensive momentum for the team. But just a bit overzealous there, whistled for the charge.
And Smikle sees on the opportunity, draining that shot. Powered by Ram trucks built to serve, pretty even on threes, but how rare is it to see a team outscoring the Buckeyes in points off turnovers, and a chance for Maryland to add to that here.
And their ability to tap downhill, and not all the way to the rack every time, but get that mid-range going as well for the Terps.
Into the hands of Smikle. Exactly how they drew it up. Did pick up her 3rd personal in the process. Theory getting downhill, right into Sellers and finishes.
Well, great action by Ohio State there. They love to get Taylor Theory on the move like that. That's one thing we were talking about in that first half. Ohio State's ability to speed you up with your decisions.
Petty steamrolling and reversing.
Who's been hampered offensively since she went out with that knee situation.
Te-Biasu draws the defense. Smikle leaves it short, ripped down by Theory, and Kubek to dial up plays, draw out plays just for her.
Absolutely, get her off the ball.
McMahon sizing up Kubek, looking inside to Petty. We'll call her on number 1-2. Right into the hands of Kennedy Cambridge. Count it! Cambridge scoreless against Michigan State, but with the foul trouble today, Jelani Cambridge fouling out. Key with her energy in this contest. Sellers losing her headband in the process, and she loses it out of bounds. And she's incredulous. So the next one will put the Buckeyes at the free throw line. Petty backing down against Kubek, taking her time. Open Theory in the corners, left short. Kennedy Cambridge, the player, cannot keep the possession.
Dribble weave, dribble handoff action and getting downhill and forcing rotation for Maryland's defense.
Ohio State trying to win this game on the road with Jelani Cambridge on the bench. She fouled out.
Straight line drives have been beneficial for both of these teams. Both have qualified for the double bye in the upcoming Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament.
21 points for Smigel, 11 in this quarter. Greene with a response.
Oh my, that's a money Greene triple by Madison Greene, the 6th-year player for Ohio State.
Again, Kennedy Cambridge wrecking havoc. And she is in pain. Has been outstanding off the bench throughout this season. Second player we've seen carried off the floor in this game. Cheyenne Sellers returned. And Cambridge also clearly in pain. They're two sisters from Tennessee. Very close relationship together. Pat on the back and keeping her company. Ohio State having to regroup after losing their Energizer Bunny here late in this game on the road. They're on an 11-2 run right now, with Maryland now on the offensive end.
A lot of that due to Kennedy Cambridge and her energy and force, especially on the offensive glass. Her ability to finish in the paint as well.
Christina Dalsey, an offensive foul, and that is going to be number 5. Two players have fouled out in this contest. We can only equate to a heavyweight fight on the final day of the regular season. McMahon playing with 4, splits defenders and travels. Fisher playing key minutes here. She's also playing with 4 personals.
Well, Cheyenne Sellers now playing off the basketball is what we were talking about just a couple moments ago. Let's see if they can try to create a touch for her.
3 to shoot. Te-Biasu sprint. 3 assists, 3 rebounds as well. Talked to us today about how it just took time, really, as you see the foul trouble dealing with in this game. Cambridge and Dalsey, 2 starters fouling.
Oh my, and then she did a chef's kiss on the way back, and I believe Cheyenne Sellers did a chef's kiss in the first half. Oh boy.
Te-Biasu, beautiful pass, it is Kubak inside.
You love to see the energy by both teams right now.
Petty hands it off. McMahon playing with 4 personal fouls. Pinned towards herself. Not much Cody McMahon does is gentle. She is so strong and fast, but right there with 4 personals, needing every soft touch she can muster.
Power and grace.
Cheyenne Sellers, unstoppable herself here in the 4th quarter. Frese with 2 timeouts, Coach McGuff with 1. Final day of the regular season, both these teams have locked up double byes for the Big Ten tournament, but it is pride and it is a ranked win on the line for 2 teams battling to host in the NCAA tournament as a top 16 overall seed.
Looks like a possible Iverson action here. Maybe they're going to swing Smigel and Sellers around the 2 post players at the elbow, but they're going straight to Sellers.
Sellers, 5 seconds left. Do we go to overtime? They go to their best player. She is stuffed. Kennedy Cambridge will heave. And we will play on. This is a rematch of an Ohio State win back on January 23rd. Coach Frese, after that loss, wrote March 2nd on their post-game locker room whiteboard. They were fired up from the get-go.
Yeah, no question. And now we're going to see who's going to run through the tape. That's what we're trying to see. And maybe it'll take a couple more sessions of overtime, whatever. Who's going to fight to the finish? Who's going to stay the most disciplined? And who's going to take away the paint? That's going to be the major key in this overtime session in college play.
Greene is resetting, calling out a new play. Shreds the defense right to the cup.
You have fatigued legs. Those threes might not be falling at an efficient clip. So get downhill, get those elbows, get those gaps.
Smigel delivers a blow, gets herself to the rim. Kennedy Cambridge picking up the loose ball. Good to see her back on the floor. She was carried off with an injury. As Taylor Fury skies to the rim and earns the foul.
That pressure to the rim, she's been doing it all game. I mean, can you play in chaos? Can you be disciplined when it's not easy or laid out in front of you?
Time to shoot. Te-Biasu has a 6'3" Fury on her. Kubek will drive and kick. Te-Biasu trying to shed Fury. Somehow is able to and kisses it off.
Somehow, some way, threw up that moon ball and swooshed it out the window. Man.
Cody McMahon, too powerful and taken by Emily Fisher, who's played key minutes in this game.
Buckeyes conducting things down here.
The Buckeyes have played in a couple overtime contests the last couple of weeks at home against Minnesota and Iowa. They blasted through those opponents in the extra frame.
They tried to bring Smichael off that double stagger screen on that weak side. She couldn't free herself.
Chapman Sellers bullying her. She was carried off the floor in this game, returned. A warrior.
Same with Kennedy Cambridge, who's back out here as well. I mean, no one wants to quit.
Cody McMahon says, you can bully, I can do it too.
Paint fight.
Haley Smichael wrapped up as she gets to the rim and she is fouled. Breathless.
And she is just solidly a force.
Smichael, her 11th 20-point game this season. Goes 2 for 2.
Sticking with their man-to-man defense. Ohio State sticking with their dribble handoff actions.
McMahon forcing it up and in. 1:45 to play. Kubek lining up a three. That's off target. And Emily Fisher, all-out effort to keep it alive.
Moniker that Maryland utilized during that season, and it was overtime is our time. We'll see if that still stands here in College Park. There's C. Lang, Crystal Langhorne, and Marissa Coleman sitting courtside here at the XFINITY Center.
Sellers trying to back down. Kennedy Cambridge rips it free. Smichael, yes! Maybe no one you trust more in this situation.
They're not switching, they're staying locked to their primary matches here.
Man sizing up her defender. Fisher going right into her, gets it right back and earns the foul. She is done for today as well. McMahon to shoot. Well, this season she's a 65% shooter. McMahon no good on the second. Both Ohio State and Maryland have already clinched the 3rd and 4th seeds. They'll be moving on to the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament, but they're playing for pride, for a ranked win to propel themselves into the top 16 to host in the NCAA tournament.
Here they go, they're just going straight for it.
Te-Biasu goes right to the rim. 12 points for Te-Biasu in 40-plus minutes. Fury will give it up to Greene. They put it in the hands of Kennedy Cambridge into the paint. She is stuffed. Will float it up and in. No, it's Maryland basketball.
And Kevin McGuff is incensed. Let's take a look and see. And right here is Kennedy Cambridge trying to get downhill.
So Maryland now in control. Petty guarding the inbounder. They go into Te-Biasu.
Gotta foul quickly.
They do to Kubek.
And maybe not Cody McMahon.
And that is Cody McMahon's 5th.
You gotta keep Cody on the floor. He'll give you a chance on the other side.
Ohio State, no timeouts, can't advance the basketball. Shot clock is off. Down by 2. Greene slits, loses her footing, gets it back. The reverse is good. Maryland basketball. 5 seconds to go. Tied up at 90. Te-Biasu. high stakes. Full court man-to-man pressure for the Terrapins. Kennedy Cambridge will come close, and Maryland pulls it out to close the regular season.
What an amazing sequence of events. Madison Greene with the Harlem Globetrotters slide on the knee, and then a reverse and a deuce off the glass. And then right here, Te-Biasu, how do you do? Oh, she's just fine from 3. Oh my goodness. Maryland would not be denied. The overtime is definitely still their time. And look at that. Relief on the face of Te-Biasu, carried by her teammates. She made the half-court shot at shoot-around and then turns right back around and does it on the floor. Incredible.
Hard to come up with the words to describe this game.